Welcome everyone, Costin here with Total War Warhammer 3, and I am going to be going over one of the worst case scenarios you can have in an early game as an opponent if you're playing as either the Empire, Kislev, Grom the Punch, maybe even Belagar, and that is a 3-man army. Specifically an army led by either Durthu or Drycha that's filled with Treekin and or Dryads, which this army is certainly filled with. He has a 3-man, Treekin, 2 units of Treekin, and a bunch of Dryads. Now, what is the problem in particular with this army? Well, if we look at Durthu, he's got the most important thing outside of like everything else he has, and he has a lot of benefits. So he's a very tough legendary lord. He is a pretty decent level, though I am higher level than he is. But the problem is, the main issue is he has terror and fear. So he's going to cause a lot of issues when it comes to your unit's morale. And worse, the Dryads have fear, the Tree Men have terror and fear, the Treekin have fear. So this is an army that is pretty durable. Like the tree spirits in general are fairly durable, because if we look at them, they have like the treekin, the tree men, the dryads, they have a fairly decent amount of armor. Like, never mind that these glade guards themselves are a bit of an issue. But if it is the concern of a ranged army or a regular elven army, I'm not necessarily too concerned. Like this particular army here, for instance, led by Orion, either I'll auto-resolve it with my army here, or I'll just beat them in a proper fight. But the problem here is, this army, if I try not to resolve, it's going to kick my ass. I tried to fight it in my stream yesterday, it kicked my ass. So how do you deal with it? Well, you need to have good leadership, and you need to have a lot of power behind you in order to deal with it. I've made some changes to my army in a sense. So what I've done, since I didn't have it, is I equipped all my goblin archers with heavy ammo. I could have gone with ammo skin packs, right? I could have gone with that, but I feel the armor piercing is more important. And I've also gone through all of my items. For whatever reason, the lucky banner wasn't equipped, and I've equipped everything that I could of all the items that I generally had. Except that potion of speed, I have equipped them on the heroes and on Grom himself over here. On top of that, I've gone to Grom's cauldron and I've cooked a recipe. The recipe is wing leather, coupled with some other things as well. Like so I've gone with hollow bone, missile strength, enemy leadership, physical resistance, and physical resistance. So if I look at here, the ingredients are as follows. They're the wing leather, the stinky fungi, the hard shell crab, and then finally the monster goo. Now, I haven't gone with anything that is orange, because regeneration can be nice, but it's not going to be too important right now. And Berserk, yeah, it could be nice, but here's the thing. Monstrous disease on trolls, and I do have 2 troll units in my army, is going to be more important. The reason monstrous disease is important is because it gives you this. It gives you 12 against large, which I am fighting, and -8 leadership against enemies. In Total War, you generally want to win a battle before it even starts on a campaign. If you are actually fighting a superior army, you've done something very, very wrong in the campaign. Certainly, in this case, I've done something wrong. Grom has a very... Well, it is a difficult campaign, but he is incredibly powerful, but I overextended myself. I took out the Reichland, and Durthu came from behind and took this element. So he's blocking my way home. Now, I could try running away. I could just decide, like, okay, I'm not going to deal with this garrison. There's 2 Treekin over here. There's 2 Dryads, all that. But let's go fight. Let's see how it goes. Okay. So I'm going to ideally want to advance in a way that is going to leave me as little exposed as possible to the range firepower of the elves. Now I'm thinking over here, it is a narrow corridor, so they're all gonna bunch up. I could also get some units potentially through there to get that point. But the main thrust, so I'm gonna send these fellows over there, but the main thrust is going to be here. And I'm going to deploy my goblin archers with my heroes, my melee units in the front. And let's go with this battle. Now normally, when fighting the vast majority of opponents, what I would say with regards to siege battles is what you want to do for the most part is you want to... There's a unit of dryads there, so forget that plan. I'm gonna need to wait there. Now there's no point in sending these guys in the front line, they're just gonna get their ass whooped. So we are going to... I'm going to go over here. But normally when it comes to a siege battle, I would engage in range fight. Even if the enemy does have a significant range power, like these guys do certainly have, I would do it. The reason is that if you do that, if you do engage in a range fight, generally what the enemy will do in a siege battle, in a smaller settlement battle specifically, is they'll only fight you with a portion of their army, and you can certainly take advantage of that situation. Let's get those going. I am going to put on a spiritual leech on these tree men, and I'm gonna keep moving my units forward. The elven AI, so to speak.
Stop 'em! Here we go! Shifting!
Alright, there is Durthu. Let's hit him with everything we got. If I take him out, I can potentially win this. So move the archers forward to get that, to get them fighting. Send the trolls after him because they are gonna have an anti-allergic effect currently. And let's hit him with all we got. And I'm also going to summon the rogue idol here that I can get pretty early on.
We are the great sword! Beggars! Let's go!
This is where the things get crazy, right?
The biggest war boss! Super jabs!
Because look at how, because Durthu is quite capable of beating the snot out of a substantial portion of my army. Now with the enemy units distracted there, I'm gonna get the wagons there. I'm gonna use the sun, the purple sun over there, because I do have it. And Durthu was surrounded and defeated over there. But yeah, if you fight this kind of battle in an open field, chances are you're going to be, like, I am going to be incredibly damaged, don't get me wrong on this, by this particular army. I am already incredibly damaged, because look at the amount of damage these guys are already doing. But yeah, those trolls are fleeing in terror. And now I'm going to get... some effect going. I just need to get rid of that. Of that treeman. Because if I can wipe that treeman out, if I can wipe him out, then my situation is going to be substantially better off over there. So there is a massive units descending there, but I think that's going to be fine. Need to try and capture this point, take out the tower over there, and we need to, like, the one thing that did put me at an advantage here is the fact that, okay, these guys are going to be wiped out if I'm not careful enough, so I need to try and get them out.
I'm the boss! Daggers out! Goblins!
Here we go! Chopper's ready! Smash him!
Alright.
Come on, boys! That's a plan! Where's the scrap? Let's fight!
So we got more Treekin over there. Oh, that is going to be a wonderful situation. Now these guys are too damaged, so I'm just going to pull them out. I'm going to move the catapult forward.
I'm the boss! Orcs win!
The biggest war boss!
A wagon! Goblins! I'll kick the snot out of them!
Brigands! From the porch!
Rolling dead! Let's fight! Get going! Gonna kill him!
Brigands!
Strength of death!
We're a great time!
Me is better than them! Let's get him!
Brigands! Shifting!
And there we go. But I'll be honest with you, this is one of the most nightmarish battles you can certainly fight in the early game. Alright, that is a victory. I'm not going to hold on to the Reichland. I'm just going to loot and occupy it for the replenishment. Alright, got leveled up. I keep getting these swindlers, and it's like, it's an insane amount. So, big guns, black orcs, okay. I've unlocked a bunch of stuff over there. Now, over here, well, you know what, I think that I am going to get hard to hit for Grom just to make him more viable in melee. Get magical reserves. Actually, no. Let's get Fate Bajuna. And for my Goblin fellow over here, we're gonna get... Well, it is an interesting discussion. So I could get melee attack, or I could really get weapon strength, some weapon strength, so I think I'm gonna go with that. And yeah, that is one of the harshest early game battles. You want to play a campaign where you do have an enormous amount of battles, play Grom, because I've been fighting pretty much everyone. Like, everyone that is your neighbor is likely going to declare war against you in some way, shape, or form. Now, you can fight them. I'm maintaining free gold fucking stacks over here to deal with them. I've got an army here to take that. I declared the war against Altdorf. That was certainly a hilarity. And I am likely going to declare another war very, very shortly. Now, with that situation resolved, right, let me go to Grom's cooking field and get some different things. Because I do, however, maybe not actually, because what I do have is pretty strong, although it doesn't give me necessarily the best campaign benefits. Yeah, I'm just gonna make some changes. So I'm still gonna keep putting leather. I'm still gonna keep stinky fungi. Okay, because those are just that good. But I'm not going to keep the benefit, or maybe even if I do keep the benefit for trolls, I am going to do something else. I'm going to equip this one, the goldfish, because it gives me a great deal of public order, which I could certainly use at this point. And yeah, monster goo.
Get in Grom's gut.
Because I can recruit trolls here. I just need to get the Lord over here. And trolls are... One of the things to be said about trolls, they don't necessarily have the very best leadership. That is unquestionably true. But the thing about trolls is that they are incredibly strong for an early game unit. Forest trolls, stone trolls, river trolls, sorry, stone trolls. It doesn't matter. Yeah, they do have poor leadership, but they do have regeneration and they have fairly solid combat abilities. So I'm actually quite tempted to just like get Lord over here. The problem is, of course, my economy is already under a significant strain, and I've just defeated the main threat, if you will, that I could deal with. So end the turn. That army there of Reichland rebels is going to certainly be a very nice meal for Grom. What's crazy about Grom is you get so many banners for post-battle loot. Yeah, he's gonna beat the crap out of me here, but that doesn't matter.
You cotton grubs.
Bretonia has declared war against me. Shit happens. And we do have another battle. Well, I'm going to fight that on my own. Yes, I will win. I mean, if the auto resolve tells you you'll win, fight the battle, you'll beat the shit out of them. No problem. Even if they do have two full armies here. But look at these armies. They barely have any ranged units, like just these two archers or three archers. They do have some casters, of course, but it doesn't matter. And I have significantly more ranged units. And my orc units are gonna absolutely destroy them on the battlefield. Like, this battle is gonna be a cakewalk. Actually, I'm a bit surprised, I admit, because I've been fighting quite a few battles against Bretonia, and I was actually surprised, like, how easily you decimate them as Grom. But yeah, Costin signing out. Don't forget to subscribe, like, enable notifications, and stay tuned for more. I am likely going to continue my playthrough of this in a stream.